Yeah.
Hey special family, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm AutismMom, and on this channel we talk about everything autism. Today we're doing another fair use reaction video, so let's take a look at the video.
Things we want you to know about raising a child with autism, day 1. This one was really good. Please don't tell me to pray only and ignore the diagnosis. Child, you know I can't wait to comment on that one because I believe in prayer and y'all know I love Jesus. But we cannot pray only. We need to allow our children to receive the diagnosis and get the help that they need, the therapy they need, the support they need to strive and be the best that they can. And then you couple that with prayer, because I couple it with prayer in the word. Yeah, I'm going to pray. I'm going to get Mason the services he needs, and I'm going to believe that according to Jeremiah 29:11, God knows the plans that he has for my baby, and his plans to prosper and not to harm him. All right? So let's not only pray, but let's get the services that our children need.
So you've seen the video. I think she made a great point. And like my grandmother used to say, work and pray, pray and work. Not pray and wait for a miracle to fall in your lap. Because sometimes people expect us to do that. No. While you're praying, start doing early intervention. While you're praying, start taking steps. Special need trust. Making sure your kid is good. While you're praying, get all the therapies lined up that you need. Get into support groups while you're praying. But let's head to the comment section and see what the commenters had to say. Let me give you a fair warning. These comments are hilarious. First commenter says, when someone told me my baby had a demon, I lost it. So now autism is compared to a demon? People. The creator responded, speak about it. People need to get it together. There is nothing demonic about our babies. Autism isn't a demon and people are so ignorant. That part. Thank you for the touching on that. The Lord spoke to me one day, even in my prayers, before I knew better, and said, you don't even realize who I gave you. Do you know who you're raising? That moment I never tried to pray autism away again. That's why it's important to hear from God ourselves. People will drive you insane. Speak on it. Next commenter says, just spoke my mind. Thank you for voicing it out on the issues of praying and ignoring the diagnosis. I'm a mother of a 16-year-old autistic son, and I know the impact of accepting early, getting services, and matching it with prayers. Now, she made a couple of good points in there. Acceptance. Acceptance can take some people years. It took me years. Yes, I'm not ashamed to say it. Acceptance, after a couple of years, you're like, okay, this is what I have. This is it. I need to deal with it. But the first couple of years after you get that diagnosis can be rough, because you get into that why me stage and you got to climb out of that, because life goes on. Whether you sit there and say why me, the child is still growing, getting bigger, needs support, and you have to do it. So if you're in the why me stage, I pray you find a way out. But the sooner you accept, the better for your mental health. Your mental health. Next commenter says, I prayed for God to send me an angelic assistance to put us in the right school, surround us with his people that will support my baby. I tell you, God has his hands all over my baby. He went from nonverbal to speaking sentences, and he is potty trained. I give all the glory to my Father. The creator responded, I love this. I'm right there for you. Pray for the same. Next commenter says, my favorite is when a therapist or a school tell families who are already struggling, I don't believe your child has autism. They don't act like autism. What does autism act like? When they don't realize the family already had 2 opinions and they are struggling with acceptance. Early acceptance is best. Then pray for the right support and services. As I had to do with my daughter. I work in the field and I come home to the same. Next commenter says, I can tell you how many times I've had Christian families come into the assessment. I am an autism assessor and give diagnosis to families when appropriate, feeling shame and accusing themselves of not praying enough. Because your child has autism, you didn't pray. pray enough? Okay. I am in a unique position as a believer to empower them to continue praying and also utilize the services and professionals God has put in place for further support that child. Thank you for sharing this. Mom responded, this. Yes, this. Because maybe you didn't pray enough? That don't add up. Yeah, it doesn't. Child, there's so many horror stories out there. Next commenter responded, years ago I saw a clip for a news story about a woman whose cancer file was 3 times the thickness of an average person. Cancer file, and yet she was alive and well. They put a clip of her saying on the commercial, I never asked God to heal me because he already said in his word that he did. That stuck with me. Her mindset was that she was healed no matter what the treatment was. Could clearly she had lots of treatment, which is why her file was so thick, and yet she believed she was healed every step of the way. I believe that is a better balance of natural and spiritual. The creator responded, yeah, and cancer is a disease that needs healing, and I don't believe autism is in that same category. I agree. I won't put cancer and autism in the same category, but I think her focus point is the healing part, like believing that you're already healed. I guess that's what she's trying to say. Next commenter says, this, don't be so busy wishing your child is something they're not, instead of just loving them for who they are and helping them. Girl, preach. Creator responded, this, love the child you had, not the one you wish you had. Right? Next commenter says, yes, talk about it. I've also often heard you have to have strong faith. Oh, that. I think maybe I have a t-shirt that says have faith in the back, because I'm from a religious family and that's like the #1 thing I hear. Creator responded, girl, I can definitely relate. When Mason was born, I would feel so bad because I thought I wasn't praying right or something. Honey, now I don't play with people and their opinions. We are God's children too. Ain't no favorites, right? Next commenter says, glad you addressed this. People be in my comments saying, pray over your baby. His Down syndrome will be healed. Please stop it. Or they'll tell me, when he gets older, he grow out of it. Out of what? This ain't a flu? This ain't a cold? What are you talking about? Next commenter says, I agree. People encouraging delusions because they have a problem with various neurological types is harmful. I have had to have these discussions with my mom over and over again for her to finally begin to accept my daughter's autism after 7 years. Yeah, I told y'all before, I had a family member call me and was like, why do you keep talking about it? You shouldn't talk about it. Why should people know that we have somebody in the family with that? With that? What is that? With that autism thing. Sir, you can tell people you don't know me. You can tell people you're not related to Ramsey. It's that simple. We're not looking for family. My grandmother has 13 kids and all 13 got 66666. Yeah. One less. Next commenter says, wish I could like this post twice. Always pray. Don't accept it. Don't say it, most especially our black religious sisters. They belittle one's faith and love for God, as if your child is still autistic because you're not praying enough. Crazy. Next commenter says, yes, coupled with prayer, not. I rebuke that, as I was told. Oh, that rebuke one. That rebuke one never fails. Never fails. Next commenter says, amen. Early intervention is key to getting your child the support that both them and you need to flourish. Ain't that the truth? Faith is so important regardless of your religious background, and so is acceptance and honoring your child's experience. Love. Next commenter says, I had to pray only for a quick minute because I was told autism ain't nothing but a demon. Baby, really? And my baby needed to be rebuked. The gospel one. That's the first thing. Let me rebuke. Boy, bye. Apparently, we're such wicked women that live such a horrible existence that our wombs are possessed, and that's how these babies are coming out like that. I can see somebody from church telling you that. Girl, it took Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and every last disciple to keep me out of jail. I second that, because somebody would have been upside your head. If you would like to follow this creator, this is her TikTok page and handle. She goes by the handle Moments of Joy Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Please go give her a follow. Her content is amazing, very informative. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section below. I want to hear what people had told you. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.